Hey friends, welcome to Yoga for Dentists. I'm Dr. Josie DeVideo, longtime dentist and certified yoga teacher. Today I wanted to talk about offering chaos a cup of coffee. I just got done with a book by Pema Chodron, who is an 84-year-old American Tibetan Buddhist. She's written several books over the years, and I just got done reading a book called When Things Fall Apart. In fact, I'll put a link for the book in case you're interested in checking it out. Now, I am not a Buddhist. I don't plan on becoming one, but I am always interested and curious to see what these older sages from various religious backgrounds think about things. So I found this book interesting. Had a lot of good pearls for me to meditate on. So one of them that I wanted to share with you today was about offering chaos a cup of tea, actually, is what she said, because she's a tea drinker. But I'm a coffee drinker, and a lot of us in the US are. So I'm going to call it offering chaos a cup of coffee. And the idea is that chaos is bound to happen in our lives, and we can either get freaked out and stressed out about it, or we can invite it to come in and offer it a cup of coffee because we know it's here for a little bit. So I thought that was interesting. And as I reflected back on my career in dentistry, I know that I could have benefited from that concept of offering chaos a cup of coffee. There were so many times when, chaos would just naturally happen in the office for whatever reason, and however you define chaos, right? Whether it's actual physical chaotic things happening, like God forbid there's an earthquake or a flood or a tornado or hurricane, there's so many of those natural disasters that happen, right? The severe frosts and things across the country. Or it's just mental chaos, right? You have an unhappy patient, unhappy staff member, phones ringing off the hook, which is both good and bad, depending on what the calls are about, right? Not that you're answering them, but you can hear them and you can hear probably what your front office is handling. So, however you define chaos in your office, it's bound to happen. And we can either act surprised about it and let it stress us out even more than maybe normal, or we can just accept it for what it is. Okay, this is chaos. Hello, chaos, come on in. You're going to be here for a little bit. How about a cup of coffee? And, approach it with the attitude of, how can I serve this chaos? How can I make it better? How can I approach it differently so that it becomes less stressful? And obviously, if your office is full of chaos all the time, you might want to pause and take a look at, where is this chaos coming from? Is it a team member? Is it a set of patients? Is it how we're handling our vendors, how we're ordering our supplies, how there's so many systems in a dental office. So it's always helpful to look at our systems and see how we can make them more efficient, how we can streamline things so that the risk of chaos is diminished, right? I mean, we probably cannot completely avoid chaos in our lives, especially in dentistry, but we can certainly minimize the risk by looking at our systems and assessing them and deciding what needs to be changed or updated, what's working, what's not working. So that when chaos does arrive, we know that it's not going to be potentially as bad as it could be because we've addressed a lot of the bottlenecks in our office. So looking back, I wish I would have had someone really coaching me for, you know, certain mindset things, certain things that would have helped me better manage the stress or chaos, as we're calling it in this situation, and to expect it, to not be surprised by it, and to invite it to just sit down and have a cup of coffee and work out together how you're going to get through it. So I hope that gives you some pearls of wisdom today, something to think about. How can you in your office minimize the risk of chaos, but also not be surprised by it when it happens, not be overly stressed by it when it happens, maybe even get to the point where you can offer it a cup of coffee? All right. I'd love to hear what you think about this. Leave a comment for me, or you can email me, Josie at yogafordentist.net. Of course, you can also find us on social media in the private Facebook group or Instagram at Yoga for Dentists. And let me know what you think about this. How good are you at offering chaos a cup of coffee? Cheers.